Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers are advised that the following program contains images and voices of people who have died.
Alcohol inquiry controversy, probe now looking set to cover just Indigenous communities. Truancy officers, the response to the federal government's initiative. And T-shirt row, now Big W withdraws its Australia Day shirts following Aldi's lead.
This is NITV News with Natalie, Ahmat.
Good evening. There's confusion tonight over the push to tackle alcohol-related violence across Australia. Yesterday, Indigenous Affairs Minister Nigel Scullion seemed to be calling for a broad-ranging inquiry covering all Australians. Now, it seems like it will be one just for Indigenous people. NITV's Malandiri McCarthy has been taking a closer look at what's been going on.
It's been an interesting 24 hours with the federal government's Indigenous education plans now expanding into tackling the issue of alcohol. Indigenous Affairs Minister Senator Nigel Scullion has been visiting in the Northern Territory schools in Arnhem Land this week. Late yesterday, Senator Scullion called for a national alcohol inquiry to look at ways to reduce alcohol-related violence right across the country, in particular in Indigenous communities. It was a call that was warmly welcomed by the People's Action Alcohol Coalition in the Northern Territory.
We think it's really important that there is an inquiry led by the federal government, and the leadership shown by calling the inquiry.
She's now suffering needlessly following the tragic death of her son. Craig Quartermain, NITV News, Perth.
Kris Flanders will have sport after the break, and Kris, the Thunder feel the heat.
Yeah, they sure did, Nat. It was a big win for Brisbane. There were some big sixes in last night's Big Bash 2020 match in Sydney. We'll see some of the highlights, including Dan Christian's efforts, after the break. Welcome back. The Sydney Thunder remains anchored to the bottom of the Big Bash cricket ladder after going down to Dan Christian's Brisbane Heat last night. The Heat middle order, including Dan Christian, was on fire and set the platform for victory. It was a party-like atmosphere at ANZ Stadium in Sydney, and Thunder fans were desperate that their team could conjure up. The Essendon Football Club has partnered the Eagles for over 5 years. That's all in sport, and that I'm sure they'll get a massive crowd there up there at Whatever this weekend.
Well, let's hope so. Great news. Thanks, Kris. Coming up after the break, welcomed at the Palace, but no home in the Alice for the Namatjira family. The latest in our summer yarns. Welcome back. Discount supermarket chain Big W has followed Aldi in announcing it will recall 2 T-shirt designs included in their Australia Day product range. The shirts have prompted criticism that they're both culturally insensitive and historically inaccurate.
A second day running, a retail chain store has removed a range of T-shirts from its shelves. The shirts bearing the slogan
"The Groote Eylandt people" is very much in safe hands. Ryan Little, NITV News, Groote Eylandt.
Let's take a look at the weather now. Cloud extending along eastern Australia marks an active trough, while some thunderstorms are building up over the top end and Cape York. Mainly clear skies over the rest of the country. To tomorrow's forecasts, and mostly fine and sunny across central Australia, apart from some afternoon showers about Tennant Creek. Sunny in Lajamanu, while the north of the Territory, and hot over the northwest, with some late thundery showers over the north and west Kimberley and inland Pilbara. We love receiving your feedback and news tips. You can check out our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, or contact us by email. That's all we have for tonight. I'm Natalie, Ahmat. Good night.
Bye.